Hey, sexy.
Hey. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. Okay, let's get started. Hey YouTube, welcome to the Griffin family where we talk about life, us, family topics, family issues, and we just have fun. Since you're here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And since you're part of the family and part of the dysfunction, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, we are here with the lovely Carolyn Washington, my dear childhood friend. We grew up.
I'm her best friend.
Yeah,
let's not get it confused.
She's like the family member. She's like the family member. She is the family member when you think about it, because we grew up.
Most importantly, I'm that best friend, the possessive best friend. Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, tell us how did we meet?
Pretty much she was stalking me. No, she wasn't stalking me. We pretty much always lived around each other and ended up playing with each other because we always lived around each other. Like, I think we first lived around each other when we lived in Carl Terrace back in the 80s. Everybody lived in Carl Terrace. Yeah, so everybody played together because everybody lived out there. And then I think we lived across in Carl Terrace, I think I lived on one side and she lived on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And then
and
then we moved. I moved on Washington, and then eventually I moved on to Greenwood, and then she moved on to Greenwood. And so it was just like, hey, we didn't live the same area, we go into the same school, so we pretty much stayed close and like played with each other and was friends. The crazy thing is that even though we always kind of lived around, we didn't realize that we've always been around each other. Like, we got really close when we were in junior high and definitely in high school.
Yes.
Definitely in high school. But it's like when we were in high school, like, we're talking and being around people, and we're like, man, we done been around each other forever.
We really have. I mean, it was crazy how our friendship, it blossomed. Definitely in high school, it blossomed in high school, especially with that when I got kicked out of one person's locker. And
yes, we'll see. Now, a part that she's leaving out is that even though we always lived around each other, we weren't necessarily always going to the same school.
Right, that's true.
But we still kind of remain friends because she, her family, they're very spiritual, religious people, very strict. And so she was homeschooled. So we definitely did not go to the same school. In middle school, in elementary school, I don't think we did. We might have, but I don't remember.
No, I think we did, but we was in different classes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was always around each other.
Yeah, we was in different classes.
And then in junior high, she decided to go to WK. I don't know how she went to WK, but I didn't go to WK.
Them people was bougie. I didn't even.
Yes, all the bougie, mean people
went to WK. That's where I kept getting expelled and suspended from school because of fighting. I was getting in a lot of fights at WK and getting.
Who was you fighting?
Man, no. It was a bunch of girls that I was picked on. I was bullied. It was a bunch of girls that would, like, one girl I know exactly who this person is. She put a maxi pad on my back. Yes, she was horrible, girl. Then it was another girl. They claimed it was, I don't know if you remember, he was like his name was called Uranus. You remember Uranus?
No.
Okay, well, anyway.
I would have remembered that.
Uranus.
I don't remember that.
I don't know who popped. I think it was him who popped me in the back of my neck with a pencil. It could have been.
Anyway,
all I know is I got into a fight with a dude.
She didn't get the memo. Don't go to WK.
I didn't get the memo, and I
got the memo.
It was horrible.
Mama, I begged. You listen to me. I begged my mom not to send me to WK. I'm like, Mama,
you should have told me. You should have told me. You had me just floating around in La La Land. I wish I had got the memo because I would never have went to WK. I would.
But see, the alternative was WK or go to Northwestern. Now WK was the bougie people and then Northwestern, you gonna get beat up on that dirt road. So it was like bougie, get beat up, bougie and tease or get beat up.
I guarantee you.
Somewhere else.
Listen, I guarantee you, I probably was still gonna get beat up in any of the schools. I was not a popular girl in no school I was at. Neither school.
So even though we didn't go to the same school, we always lived around each other. We still remained close and were still friends. But like I said, we got really close in high school because at some point, I don't even remember why y'all made like. Did you get tired of missing out on stuff or what? I mean, I didn't even say it like that, but I really don't recall what made you decide to start go to regular school instead of doing homeschool.
No, so only went to homeschool for like a year or so. It wasn't that long. The reason why I did homeschool, well, because I got kicked out of school because I kept getting expelled. I was not a popular kid, so I kept getting in the fights, and these fights was not of my own doing.
Okay.
It
was self-defense.
It was self-defense, but because back then in the day they go by word of mouth. It wasn't no videos. They would take other people's, and those people wouldn't get suspended. So the popular kids would say it was my fault. So I was the one who was always gets expelled, and everybody else.
Now, for all the people that are hearing this story might sound very familiar.
I'm sure a lot of these people know who they were if they watched this video.
Well, it's the funny because my baby sister apparently went through the exact same thing. So I was the type of person where I could kind of tell when something's about to happen. So when it looked like, oh no, I'm going the opposite, like, oh no. Like, I knew how to just, nope. It looked like it ain't about the right thing. So let me go ahead and go that way. I didn't have
that intuition, Carolyn. I didn't have intuition. I was silly. I didn't have an intuition. I would walk right into a fight.
See, she brought up a good point. When we was in school, when she finally did get up to high school, it was like once she got up to high school, it was like, yes, like I got somebody who's my friend and I know ain't about to backstab me and go tell me the truth and go sit with me and you know, but you know what? Now that I think about it, even when she was in high school, she was always on the go. Like I think the only time I really saw you was maybe in the morning. No, the only time I saw you was at the locker when you was getting your stuff. Yeah. And that was in the morning. And then the rest of the day, I didn't really see you, maybe lunch, but you was just.
But see, you know, I did my 11th and 12th grade year in 1 year to graduate. Yeah. So that's why I was always on the go.
Yeah, because the year or whatever, when she was doing homeschooling, they said that year didn't count. So she had to do her junior year and her senior year at the same time. And this girl was working.
I was working. And then on top of that, I graduated with college classes. I mean, college credit. On top of graduating with doing 11th and 12th grade year in 1 year, I also graduated with college courses behind me. So I was already in my associates by the time I walked down and passed the aisle. So,
yeah, this girl was busy. How she had time to have me be her friend, I do not know.
I know.
And I was working too. Like I was the female jock. Like, you know how she said that girls teased her. See, I don't know what y'all call them now, or I can't even remember what we called them, but some of the things I've heard, they call these particular young ladies. That's what we're going to call them because we're going to be.
Yeah, what do they call them now? Because
I've heard of mean girls. I've heard of plastics. I've called of Heathers. I've called, you know, whatever word you want to use.
Okay.
Now, what you're getting right now from Sherrita is exactly how she was in school, always laughing, smiling, bubbly. And
I'm
some of
full
the
of
people
happiness.
that didn't like her, this is why they said they didn't like her, because she was silly and goofy. Well, what is she supposed to be doing? Being mean and vindictive and
Miserable and depressed,
like you is because your friends
like
are thinking it's
you.
your boyfriend?
Right. Who's living their best now? What best life now? Okay, who's living their best life?
I love me.
I love me some me too, honey, because I'm the best thing in sliced bread. Okay, I didn't even realize how fine I was until
No,
I
she didn't
left.
know that. They called us olive oil in school.
Yeah, I was called Bones because I was skinny and had no titties. But let me tell you something. When I left high school and some man, and then all of a sudden for some reason, Carolyn, I didn't get no real attention until I moved down south. Them boys down south, they don't know. Let me tell you something. Y'all northern men is slow because you missed out on all of this. For them little heifers y'all was chasing in school. Y'all missed out on all of this. For what? I don't understand.
So when she got to high school and started going to school, that's when we became really, really close. And people that didn't like her, I tell you not, they had no reason not to like her. They just, the fact that she had a good personality and was happy and sometimes would laugh at nothing.
But you're one who got a good personality too, because you are very like, I love the fact that you are a giver. She the one who taught me how to give, because I'm stingy. And
listen, I was a giver to an extent, but I stayed away from people. Like for the most, I mean, it took me a while to figure it out, but even in school, I kind of stuck with the people that I knew. Like if I didn't know you, and if I would stay in my lane. Like, she don't seem like she about the right things. I'm a
because you smart. I was trying to be everybody's friend. You smart. I was trying to be everybody's friend. That's where I went wrong.
Well, see, I kind of sort of, because I was like a female jock, because I got along with all the basketball players and the football players.
She can play some football. Let me tell you. Not football, basketball. I'm sorry. Let me tell you, because her son played football. I got that mixed up. But she can play some basketball.
I was more of a runner, though.
You got it. Let me tell you, I tried out for the basketball team. You know what they made me on the basketball team that I tried out for? That you told me to try out? The mascot. They wanted to put me.
I was the mascot. Listen, mind you, we all worked when we was in school, because me and Sherrita both, we didn't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. So we wanted stuff to kind of help our parents out. We had jobs.
Yeah.
And so all through high school, me and her both had a job. And I played basketball, I did track, I competed in martial. So I was very busy.
Yeah,
I don't know how I found
black belt in martial arts, man.
Yeah, so I don't know how I found the time to be social. But my junior year, we're not gonna say who. Was it my junior or senior year? No, it might have been my senior year. We got a new head basketball coach. And when you're new, you want to make a statement and you want to make an example out of people. Well, you're not gonna make an example out of me. So my senior year, I decided not to play basketball anymore.
Really?
Yep, I stopped playing I still did track. Was actually the mascot that year, and I had so much fun my senior year.
Oh, I felt insulted. You made me the man. I said I wanted to be on the basketball team. I didn't want to wear the suit. You're gonna make me wear the suit.
And I've never like quitted anything, like quitted a sport. But once I did that, it freed up me to be able to do other things I wanted to, because I was an upper bound. You was an upper bound too.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention. I was chasing all the boys. But go ahead.
She was chasing boys because her parents had her locked up in the house. So when she got to high school, she was like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know.
I sure was. Hey. And ain't none of them was chasing me back. I was still a virgin till I was 20.
Like 21. Everybody. And the only people she didn't like, she was related to them. And if she knew she was, and if And the only reason, and for some reason, she's like, I didn't know it was related. Oh, okay, then but she liked everybody.
Yeah, I did. I liked everybody.
It's like, girl, why? Like, what do you like?
I don't know. I could go down the list. I had liked every dude there was in school. My hormones
in
was on
school.
100.
I had the people who really know me, like Sherrita, my god brother, and a couple of other people. Shout out to Arthur. That's my baby.
Yes. Hey, Arthur.
There was one person that I had a crush on that I can recall, like from my freshman year. There might have been a couple of people, but like to this day, I was like, girl, he gonna be that gonna be my husband. Was one person I had a crush on, and he girl, he didn't know. I ain't gonna say he didn't know that I was alive, but he knew that I was like. Like,
did you write him a love letter?
I think I don't think I wrote.
You know how you write the letter and you put it in somebody's locker? Because I did that. I did that once, and the person read it to the whole class. And then
but this the thing is, the girl that he dated was short as hell. That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute, is you talking about the same person? I'm thinking he was light skinned.
No.
Oh, okay.
He graduated in 99 or 98 because I was a freshman. I was a freshman and he was a senior.
Okay.
Or something.
No, this ain't the same dude because this one was in our same class, and I put a love letter in his locker, and he proceeded to tell everybody in one of the class. He read the teacher was out the class, and he read the letter to everybody in the class. And then he outed me and said, I would never date nobody like you. And then he did. He was mean and evil. And then he pointed to his girlfriend who was in the same class. It was like, this is my girlfriend right here. You see all of this? This is who I date. And that's what he did to me in front of the whole class with nobody. Girl, I'm telling you, they was evil. Evil. I'm in therapy right now over childhood trauma because
he never wants to go to a reunion. Like
this is why I'm not coming to a class reunion. You see, you keep telling me to come to a class reunion, and I'm like, what for? I don't like those people because they didn't like me. Now all of a sudden they want to be my friend. I don't have time. I'm busy. I got a life. I got a career. I got things to do, and you missed the opportunity on getting to know me. So, oh well. I got new friends in high places. I ain't got time for the ones in the past, except you, Carolyn. My best.
Oh, I made the cut.
Yes, you made the cut. You made the lifelong. We gonna be friends for life, okay? Which we already are, but yeah.
Another memory that I have when we were in school or kids is what's the other memory? I'm trying to think. What one that sticks out to me? Oh, prom. You think I'd have other memories, but there's like real big memories that stick out in your mind. Yeah. First of all, I don't even know how Sherrita got to prom because her parents didn't let her do anything. And the person that they actually, for a hot second, let her date, they did not like. So I don't know.
Ooh, they hated Rico with a passion.
I don't know. I don't know how she got to prom. But apparently at the last minute, they decided to let her go to prom. And so the girl was late as hell. So when she comes into prom, all these fake people, oh, Sherrita. So you know me, I'm the friend that be peeping stuff out. Like I'll be ready.
Because they was just doing that to have something to say. They really didn't like me like that.
It's like I'm waiting. So before it happens, I can stop it. I'm waiting. I'm like, And then all of a sudden, people are taking pictures, and all of a sudden, whoop, her titties pop out. And ain't nobody trying to cover her up. They just taking pictures. So there's a picture out of her boobs.
Right.
So as soon as I see that, I all of a sudden turn into a linebacker from football, where I just cover her up so nobody. And she's like, "Why are you on me? What are you doing? I ain't even showing." So I pull up. And she's like, "Oh, thank you, girl," and then go back to taking pictures like ain't nothing happened.
Right. I'll guarantee you somebody out there in that world got pictures of my boobs out. And if you do have the picture, please send it to me because I want memories of how my breasts used to sit up because right now.
I take her to McDonald's and I was like, I got something to tell you. She was like, you know, I think she might have been putting a French fry in her just like that.
I was like, well, girl, what you gotta tell me? Thank you for this McDonald's. You know I love these chicken nuggets. Thank you so much. Ooh, these fries is good, girl. Where the ranch dressing at so I can get my fries?
Girl, I'm pregnant.
Oh. Wait a minute. Then I'll be like, I know I dipped that fry in there again. I say, wait a minute, tell me this again. Now, what did you just say?
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
And you know, it took me a minute to register. It did, but I immediately.
Now listen, and it broke my heart. As soon as I told this girl that I was pregnant, this heifer decides to get a modeling deal and move all the way down south. So I had to go through my whole pregnancy.
I'm sorry.
Best friend.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have never left. I only was supposed to be gone for a weekend. And then it turned into a lifetime. But
she abandoned me.
Yeah. I didn't abandon. Well, I was searching for whatever direction.
I was very happy for her because mind you, I was 19 and young, and me and my mother had some difficulties once I told her that I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. So I had to relocate. I had to stay with my son's parents for a little while I was pregnant, him and with his parents. So I had to
I know that was difficult for a minute adjusting.
Yeah, to not really be getting along with my mom at that particular time.
Yeah, you need her during that time of pregnancy.
No, I needed my best friend.
I know I was bad. I should have never left Michigan. But then again,
yes,
I'm glad I did because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the fact of me leaving.
Yes. I should have went with you. So.
But you were supposed to be getting married to homeboy.
Yeah, we was. But, you know, things happen and I decided I'd rather be happy than be miserable. And
just to have a name behind you don't mean. I got what you're saying.
It wasn't working. So a young parent. Now, mind you, even though me and my son's father was not together, he was not an absentee father. He did pay child support. And not saying that that's all that matters. No, it's not what I'm saying. He did, like, you know, for me to be able to make ends meet and be able to support my child, I had to get extra jobs. And, you know, for the most part, me and my son's father had a good relationship where I could, like, hey, I need to be able to work more. If I got to pay for childcare to be able to go to work, that's not helping me. I need you to help me by watching our son.
So present, physically. Yeah.
So he did help me out with that. At some point, that wasn't even enough. Like, hey, you know, my son needs insurance. I need insurance. I need, you know, and at this whole point, he wasn't paying child support because I'm like, as long as you watch my son, so I'm able to work, and whenever he needs things, you get it. If I can't get it, you get it. Then I didn't see the need for me to have to do that. But at some point I did come to him and I said, I need more help. This isn't enough. And he said, well, go ahead, you know, so you're able to get health insurance. Tavon can get health insurance. You know, you're able to get the help that you need and other things that go ahead. So he told me to put him on child support. Because it's like, why?
That's different. Yeah. Mine was running. But go ahead. That is different because normally they be running away from stuff like that. I think. I don't know.
Why is because for one, I got tired of, okay, your child needs something every day. Every day he's gonna need something. I got irritated with always having to ask him, like, okay, I need some money. Okay, I need some money. Okay, he needs this. Okay, he needs it. And I gotta ask you, like, why can't you just automatically do that? So, and then me not having health insurance, and I had some health issues going on around that time that I needed health insurance.
Yeah.
And I don't think Tavon, I don't think my son was on his health insurance, or maybe at one time he was. For whatever reason, I needed the help. And there were other programs that I could be a part of that they make you. That's the crazy thing. They make you, to get the help, they make you put people on child support, even though they will do everything that they're supposed to do for their child. They will make you, or they won't give you the help.
The government dirty anyway when it comes
to
the
government.
Helping.
Nothing against anybody who gets Medicaid and food stamps. My mother never did that, but my son is a Medicaid child. He is a WIC child. WIC, shout out to WIC. WIC helped me very much because my son could throw back some food. Let me tell you.
Especially with the formula. I have WIC on formula.
WIC helped me a great deal. But all of those programs, ladies, are meant to be a temporary fix.
I agree.
It's not meant to be a generational thing where it's a rite of passage where your daughter gets onto it, their daughter gets onto it. That's not what it's for. It's a temporary fix until you get established. Then you don't need it. You get to a point where you're not going to need it. Now you stay on it for your whole adult life. That is not the purpose of those programs. If I did not get those programs, I wouldn't have been able to finish school. I wouldn't have been able to do, because it helped. It helped. So
but it's supposed to help you move ahead in life, not keep you here and comfortable. Where a lot of people get comfortable when they get.
That's not what it's for. Because, but it's easy. It's just like when you got you a sugar daddy.
Oh yeah.
It's easy. And I think this is the easiest example. You got you a sugar daddy. Instead of you going to get a job or doing this or doing that, you just go find you a sugar daddy. I just do what sugar daddy need. I ain't gotta go get a job. Why do all that extra work when I could just go find
somebody to take care of me?
And it's the same theory. Why educate yourself? Why try to why do all the things so you don't need this help? That all you got to do is just do nothing to get this help. I get it. I'm sure I had those moments, but I got tired of people telling me no. It seemed like the more I did to better myself, the less they would give me help. And it's like, if you would help me, then I'd be able to do this a lot faster.
Yes. I get it. 100%.
Yeah, it's like it took me, I ain't even gonna say how many years it took me to get my associates, but the reason why it took me so long is because I couldn't afford to go full time. I had to work.
Especially you had to maintain a whole household by yourself.
Yeah, but then when I wasn't working, then y'all give me everything. And then, but then if I stay home, then I'm spending more time with my son. I'm able, but I got to keep the lights on. I got to keep, it's just, it's like a hamster wheel.
Yeah, and you just keep going in the same cycle. 1 minute you up, 1 minute you down.
And I got tired of that. So, at some point, I was working 5 jobs. Like, I was a young mother. I had my son when I was 20. Me and my son's father stopped being together maybe when he was about 2, maybe about 2.
Yeah.
He might have been around 2. And my son is a daddy's boy. Him and his father are really, they were really, I ain't gonna say it's just, when men become men, they kind of, they turn away from their parents as they become a man, as they should, in a sense. But he was really close to his father, and it was really hard for him. He went through some emotional things when we stopped being together, and then had a close.
That was tough.
But then when he moved out of state, I really saw the effects of that, because it's at some point his father moved out of state, so I didn't have that free help with childcare that I had before. Girl, at one point I was working like 5 jobs, and while you see these clothes behind me, that's how I got started with Tenacious, is because I was pregnant with my son. Mind you, I said I got pregnant when I was 19. I had him when I was 20. Right. So I still look good. Like, I'm still got, them young people, I'm still.
Snap back. I know what you mean.
Snap back. I ain't trying to wear old people clothes. And
Right.
maternity clothes were ugly.
They was real ugly. And then you pay all that money
And then
and
you ain't gonna wear it again.
after 9 months.
Yeah, so I'm like, for one, I'm not going around here looking like I'm no old lady. And two, I'll be dang if I'm about to pay a bunch of money for some clothes. I'm not gonna don't want to wear it in the first place, and definitely ain't gonna wear them again once I had this baby.
Right, just ugly.
So I got to take in some of my clothes and upscale. We call it. Some people call it recycle. Some people call it upscaling.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much you take something that is used and you pretty much update it and change it to make it something completely different. Some of the items that you see behind me are kind of a reflection of that.
Yeah.
So what I did is I would take old jeans, turn them into skirts, turn them into like maternity skirts so I could wear them. Mm-hmm. I would take, Erykah Badu was out around that time. As you see, I'm still doing it.
I love it.
I would take fabric and make me wrap around skirts and have matching head wraps to match my scarf. So girl, you couldn't tell me nothing.
But that style is in style.
Yeah, it is. A
lot of people wearing that stuff now.
So that's what pretty much I've always been like. You ask my mother, I used to take old clothes and cut them up and make, because people ain't got money to be buying no Barbie doll clothes. Or back then, Barbie didn't have underwear, and I thought that was nasty. So I would cut up and
don't feel bad. I was confused about that whole thing too.
And I would make underwear for Barbie, because Barbie can't be out here with her stuff just out. That's nasty.
Right, just loose. She acting
just nasty. So yeah, I've always had a thing for clothes. During that time that I was pregnant with my son, I worked at a clothing store. Like, I was actually a store manager of a well-known, locally owned clothing store where they had clothing stores in like 3 different cities. And so I was always around fashion. And then me always wanting to be a person that stands out. I've always, I'm 6'2". You can't tell because I'm sitting down, but I'm really tall.
So sexy. 6'2" is sexy.
Well, thank you. So I was always around clothes and seeing clothes. I would see these clothes and I'm like, man, I can make that. That ain't nothing like this. This all this is.
Or like you can see what you can add to it or take away to make it better.
So at some point I would make little things and I would wear them to work, and people would see it and they would be like, oh, what's that? What's that? And I think at some point when I wasn't working at Styles and Play, because after I had my son, I stopped working at Styles and Play because they, the recession wasn't going on.
It's something happened where they closed, right? Didn't something?
They closed, and I had already left. So when I had my son, I stayed home for a year with him. We were the best year of my life. I stayed home with him for a year, which I recommend. If you can afford to do that when you have a child, stay at home with your child for that first year.
It is amazing because I did the same with mine. I did a year.
Because he was I was trying to work as soon as I had him. And he was always sick. It was just like, if you could afford to stay at home for a year, stay at home for a year. If you can.
And you got a lot to do with when it comes to kids. And when they first born, you got shots to go to. You got to building their eating, all of that stuff.
So and it's funny because I had postpartum really bad after I had my son, and I wasn't aware. Where I didn't want nobody touching my child. Like, if he just sneezed, I'd break down in tears. I had postpartum. I don't even know if they knew what postpartum was back then.
Yeah, because they didn't even have a name for it. They just like, oh, you'll be fine. I don't think because it was everything wasn't, a lot of stuff wasn't named back then.
So I had my son, me and my son's father wasn't together. I got to support my child. At some point, I was working like 5 jobs. How the heck I was working 5 jobs at one point, I don't know how. How I was working 5 jobs, I was a teacher's aide at an after-school program. I was doing security at a high school. I was the marketing manager for Little Caesars.
Lord have mercy.
I had my business, because at this point I was doing my business, but back then the business was called Custom Flavor, where I had partnered up with my cousin from California that knew how to do customized clothes and actually knew how to draw and paint pictures on shoes and clothes.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So I would upscale clothes and she would paint stuff on it. So we would like collaborate and do stuff. Like we actually had a fashion show. We had models. We would do events. I actually had my clothes in a store in Battle Creek and Kalamazoo. At some point, this family member had to move to take care of some personal things, and we were having a fashion show that was coming up. Well, she's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in time. I'll be there in time." And I was like doing everything to get ready for this fashion show.
Okay.
And she never came back.
Really? So, she just left you like that?
Yeah. And so,
oh my God, what kind of apartment you got? Girl, this a hot mess. Them black people, you can't. I'm sorry, sometimes.
Was still doing stuff. And at some point it got to be too much. At this point, my son might have been 5 or 6 years old. It just got to be too much. So I just dissolved the relationship with the business. I just stopped.
But so you always been business minded. You always wanted to have your own business.
Oh yeah. I've always wanted to have my own. I've always liked having more than one source of income. I got that.
I think that's smart though. I think that's smart.
Oh yeah, you gotta have many sources of income, because if one income don't, then you got this income. And
I tell my son that all the time. You got to have more
like you're not, if you want to be financially stable or be secure, you can't depend on one, because this thing we're going through right now. If I hadn't had more than one job and more than one source of income, I'd have been hurting like a lot of other people. But the fact that I have always had 2 jobs or 2 sources of income, when the one job had to be shut down because of the lockdown, I had another job that wasn't affected that way.
So
and
you had a backup plan on top of the backup plan. On top of the backup plan.
And my business. And
that's what I mean by the backup plan.
My business really boomed, which I had already been restarted my business anyway. Before the lockdown. But
because you've been in business how long since you restarted your business?
I started Tenacious in May of 2019.
Okay. But you're doing pretty well. You said it boomed last year during the Corona, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, there was an artist that's in the business. He's a singer and a rapper. And shout out to King Jazzy. And he was I don't know if it was. I think that he had some shirts and I did some stuff for him, just because, that's mainly what I did. I only did stuff for people that I knew. And he liked my stuff. And then I think he invited me to come to some of his festivals where he performs.
Okay.
So by me coming to his festivals and me being the one that's doing they call it promo stuff, or the marketing table or whatever, I wouldn't have to pay to have a table. So he said, well, why don't you sell my shirts and you do up some shirts or do some stuff to my shirts and you sell those too. Well, I was selling them like hotcakes.
Yeah. I think I remember those shirts because they have a logo that you normally have on all your stuff.
It'll say Sticky, or it'll say King Jazzy. He's a gentleman that's out of the Detroit, Ypsilanti, Jamaica area. He's originally from that, but he grew up in Jamaica or whatever. But they were going like hotcakes. And so I started doing a lot of events with him and going to festivals to him and selling stuff and going to shows and selling my stuff. So I got really big in the Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, Detroit area. Those my peeps. Like I was like a lot. It's crazy. your town don't know you, but people, you know.
That's how it normally be.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
know you where you come from, but when you in another whole city, they know you like, they know
Oh
you.
yeah, show me
Yeah,
lots
that's
of
how it
love,
always is. Mm-hmm.
lots of love. And at some
Mm-hmm.
point, it was like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and make this a business. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
did. I went down to the city hall, registered my business, got my tax ID number, and was like, here we go. Now, this is something I'll say about someone who wants a business. Don't get hung up on perfection, things being
Mm-hmm.
perfect. You gotta have this, you gotta have that.
I
Because
agree.
if you wait on it, if you wait on those things, you'll never start. You'll never
You'll
start.
always be dreaming about it. You'll be like, I
And
gotta
it's
come up with a business
crazy. And
plan.
it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy because if I was to bring out my portfolio from 10 years ago or 15 years, however, I'm showing my age. If I
Mm-hmm.
bring up my portfolio of stuff when custom flavor was established, you'll look at some of those designs and some of those pieces that I did, and you look at the stuff that's in style now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very similar. It's just like a lot of the things. Like a lot of the things I was doing back then, they're doing now.
Oh
So
wow.
if I would have not been so stuck on having certain things in place, like, oh, I don't have a business plan, or oh, I don't have the money, or oh, I don't have, I don't have, all these things I don't have, instead of focusing on the things I did have, I might be like Sean John or all these other lines that have came out. Just
Michael
imagine where
Kors,
I would
all
have
that.
been
Mm-hmm.
if I would have had and would have kept going and not stopped. So that's the point I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get hung up. I mean, and the things that I said about a business plan, I'm not saying that stuff's not important. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just every day, it's a process. It's a process. Just, I ain't gonna say fake it till you make it, because I don't like that saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I don't agree with that. Fake it. No, I need to know. So
Yeah.
that don't just be sitting here faking it and don't know what the heck you doing. No, I don't agree with that. But
Right.
make an effort. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
just keep going. Don't let anything get you in the way of what. And that's the thing about being a creative person. You
Mm-hmm.
can't, if you wake up every single day and you say, I'm a writer, and every single day you write, then baby, you a writer, because that's what you do every single day.
You putting
So
effort into what you doing and what you
yes,
love
make
and
an
what you trying
effort,
to
make
be.
an effort. Yeah, don't just
Mm-hmm.
wait. Things aren't, if you wait for things to be perfect, you're gonna be waiting.
For a
And when
long time.
you're waiting, you're missing an opportunity. That's the
To
point.
move forward in what you want to
Yes, you're
do. Yeah.
missing. You're missing.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I'm preaching to myself right now, because there are some things that is like, oh, I gotta have this, and I can't do this. And that's something I struggle with every day. But I'm working at it. Like, I'm not. I mean, there's so many things that I should be doing right now that come on, Carolyn, work through it. Come
Yeah.
on, you gotta,
You're
work
doing a
through it.
good job. I think you're doing a
Thank
fabulous
you.
job.
I
You
try
doing
not
your
to.
marketing every day. I
Yes,
noticed that.
yes, and that's another thing for business owners. Every opportunity is an opportunity to sell somebody on your business.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see right now, product placement. I got my outfit, I got my
Mm-hmm.
earrings, I got my
Mm-hmm.
stuff behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Every, especially when it's free. There's a lot of things that you can do to promote your business or get your name out there that don't cost nothing.
And I agree with that. And you just gotta find it. If you're really passionate about what you want to
Yes,
do, you
yes,
have
you
to
got to be
find
a
it. Mm-hmm.
hunter. If you wait for things to happen, you're gonna be waiting, and things are gonna be passing you by.
Yeah, but you just
You
gonna
are,
be like, I'm gonna do it, but it never
yes,
happens.
when you are in business, you have to, when you have your own, no matter what the business is, you have to be a hunter. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot wait for things to come to you. You
That's
have to be,
true.
and especially in the way the world is right now with technology and all these different social platforms, where that's where people are now.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't trying to see people face to face. No, we don't. No, we don't do that. Like malls is 10 years from now ain't gonna be no malls. The
So,
internet.
so basically, your business is like an online thing.
Yes,
I
yes.
like that idea because a lot of things is all pretty much online
Well,
anyway.
think about it, with the lockdown, it kind of speeded up. It sped up the process. You know, you can't go to the store, but you need certain things. There's things you need to get, but you can't go to the store. Or the stores are closed. I'm not gonna get it.
Right.
And once people have been exposed, hey, I can get whatever I want off the internet, and damn near I can get it cheaper.
Yeah.
And can possibly get it faster. Oh,
because they do groceries now that they deliver at the door. Okay. Everything can be delivered. Everything can be delivered.
Everything can be delivered at your front door. Things that ain't supposed to be delivered can be delivered to your front door.
I know. I definitely know that. I had to order a new one, but carry on.
But yeah, my business, I would say majority of my business within the last year, I would definitely say that in the beginning, it was face-to-face because I was doing festivals and I was doing things like that where it was social interaction. But once the lockdown, and that's what really kind of got me really out there is, wait 1 second.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
2 seconds. I thought I grabbed
hey, you got so many. I know you got so many pieces because I know during the lockdown, I ended up ordering masks and matching shirts. I ended up ordering masks and matching shirts.
That's what really got me. As you see, the head wrap that I have.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's
I have a matching mask. So when the lockdown happened, you know, everybody had this need for masks. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make where I was just making masks for friends. I was just making masks for essential workers. I was actually an essential worker. I told you I've always had 2 sources of income. At one point, I've always worked in the school system one way or the other, and then I was working.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, one way or the other, I was always working in the school because I enjoy. That's actually something that is one of my things that I've always said I'm going to do at some point, even though I feel like most of my business will be online, that I want to possibly have a building, but not necessarily like a traditional, like a store. I mean, it'll be a storefront where you could possibly come in to get stuff, but mostly it's just where the inventory is. So,
okay, that's a good future plan.
Not necessarily like we depend on just the store, like majority of our business would be online, and have people that are in high school, people that are into fashion, people of any aspect of fashion, whether it's design, whether it's marketing, whether it's modeling, anything that does with fashion, they'd be able to work there and kind of get exposed to it to see, hey, is this something you really want to do? Do you have the drive? Do you have the ambition?
I like that idea.
So that's something that I want to do at one point when I do get a building. But right now, majority of my presence is online and word of mouth. But when the lockdown happened, everybody needed masks. So I was making masks for essential workers for free. I was doing masks for people, for friends. But then people started seeing my masks and they're like, well, can I get a mask? And you know me, girl, I always got to stand out. That's the thing about Tenacious. You know, coming up with the name, like I have a tattoo that's on my shoulder, and it's a word that people always use to describe me. And that word,
and I was wondering where that word tenacious came
so tenacious, when you look up the word, you ever heard the phrase tenacious spirit? And like pretty much you tell her no, and she's gonna be like, I bet you is.
Yes. Because I don't like being told no.
I don't like being told no either. Just pretty much a domino spirit, like doesn't accept, like makes things happen, like just like I'm out there, like you see.
Yeah, and that's definitely you. You always been like that.
That's definitely me. So like tenacious is not just a statement, it's a way of life. From punk rock to hip hop, fashionista is for tenacious, is for that fashionista in everyone. Using clothes, using recycle, using anything to help that person stand out.
I like
show
that.
So pretty much when you're wearing something, I want them to look at something and be like, that's you. Like that look like something you would wear. That looks like you, like that. And that's the kind of pieces that I make. I don't make pieces for you to blend in. Those aren't.
I know, like what everybody be wearing, like cookie cutter clothes.
No, that's not.
You definitely, when you make clothes for me, I can tell by experience that, oh my gosh, this fits my personality. This definitely fits who I am, because I got a lot of her pieces, and they are
being really tall,
and
me being really tall and kind of. I do cater to people who are on the plus size, and I do cater to people who are small because I know what it's like to be not shaped like everybody else. I know what that means. So that's why also I like making customized. I enjoy making customized pieces, and then I also enjoy making a large amount of certain pieces, but every piece is a little different. So it's not. So you're not
like look like the last person that you had made.
So you're not.
For.
But the mask thing
I like
is what
that.
really. The mask thing is what really got people around here knowing who I am. And the crazy thing, like people kept buying so many. Like I easily probably sold like maybe 300 plus masks to people, if not more. And not just in Michigan. I was sending masks to Florida, California.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay.
I even had people out of the country who were trying to order stuff from me, but I couldn't figure out how to get payment from people who were, and it was more of a hassle. So I didn't. So, but yeah,
okay. I got a feeling though you'll figure it out, because you one of the type of women who be like, don't worry about it. Once I get this down, I'll figure out how to do that.
There's a lot of scam artists around here. As a business owner, yes, you have to be careful. Once people realize that you are a business, especially when you get a website, and don't let the whole website thing, that does make you look more legit and official, but don't let that be something that holds you back from going forward with your business. I was in business for a year and a half before I actually got my website.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know.
It wasn't like something that I was more concerned with getting my social media presence and being able to get payment through that. That's what I'm saying. There's so many things that you can do to be able to present yourself as a business, to be legit, to get payment, online payment. You know, they got Cash App, they got PayPal,
Facebook,
Facebook. You know, there's all these things that you can do that you don't have to, or Etsy, or all these, or you know, all these things that you can do to be able to do things online and get paid. So don't get stuck on that website, which is nice. Yeah. Because I will say, because that's one thing I will say too. Once I started being more serious about my business and carrying it and presenting like this is a business, this is not a hobby, people started investing in me. Like once they were like, oh, this ain't no hobby, like this is a for real business with her. People invested in me. People would buy me equipment. People, because
they saw that you was serious. You wasn't just up here trying to figure out something.
When people see you being serious and going out there and doing it and making an effort and being motivated, people will invest in you and people will help you. But when you sitting on your not doing nothing and coming up with every single excuse, shoulda, coulda, why I can't do it and why, they're not going to help you. No. You know, I had my friend buy me this big equipment that I really needed. My sister got, even my mother, God rest her, she even started doing stuff for me and telling me, it's like, wow, okay. So that's all I had to do was go out and step out on that ledge and just take that risk.
Because then she saw that you was serious. You wasn't just talking. You was actually putting action behind what you saying.
Sacrifices. But, and it's something I've heard you say before, the more you put into it, the more you sacrifice, the more you do that, you reap the rewards of that.
Yes, you do. You really do. You do get the rewards back for the more effort you put into what you. Yeah. And I agree with that.
sleepless nights. Don't get it twisted. I got bags under my eyes now. There gonna be some sleepless nights. There gonna be nights where you want to give up. There gonna be nights where, you know, and this is the thing. Don't let the money thing, like what I did, like every bit of money. I mean, I'm sure in the beginning I had to start with a little bit of my money.
Yes, and that's with any business. Any business is like that.
And when I say a little bit of my money, I'm talking like a little bit, like $10, $20 to go pay to register my business at City Hall. That's what I'm talking about, little money. But no, every bit of money that I made, you know, I got me a checking account, savings business account. That is something that you go get that. Because when you're doing your bookkeeping and your paperwork, it's easier to keep track of the money if you have a bank business checking account, you know, to be able to track things like
everything.
It's easy.
Which is
because at some point, you know, I'm gonna have to pay for a bookkeeper, but we ain't there yet. I'm not there yet.
It's okay. We here now. At least you already know what you need.
My overhead as low as possible right now,
which is very smart. You don't want to get over the budget.
You know, there's this girl on TikTok. I can't think of what it is, where it's different poses of her doing certain things, and it'll be the marketing person, like it's her, the photographer, it's her, the designer.
That's cute. I like that idea. Okay.
Different jobs that she does, and that's pretty much what you have
to be when you first starting out.
Yeah,
but you don't want to be in the red. You at least want to move forward.
Yeah, and you know, until you can afford to pay somebody else, so you can focus on other things, and that's the point. But don't but the money thing, yeah. Every bit of money that I would make from my business, I would put back into my business.
That's smart.
Or I would put it in my account. So whenever I needed to get, like, I would be broke. Well, I don't like to use that word. I might be a little tight as far as my personal money and paying my bills and doing, like, they're getting paid. I'm on a budget. But when it came from me doing stuff with my business, I always had money, because every time I would make money, I would put it back into my business account. So whenever I needed to buy something, I could go ahead and buy it, because every time I'm making it, I'm not spending it on me or spending it, you know. And the only reason why I was able, because I had a job. I had a job. I've always worked, you know. At some point, I know if I want to get with a certain level with my business, and I know people in my family that have businesses like I do, that might be similar, different, is that some of them, that's all they do is just their business. And do
you see yourself ever getting to that point in life where that's all you do is your business, or do you like the fact that you're working to have the job and, you know, and your business on the side?
Honestly, that's something I go back with all the time, because for one, never compare yourself to anybody with a business or in general. Never compare yourself to anybody else. What works for you is what works for you. You know, don't compare yourself to other people. But I noticed that people, I noticed the pattern that people that focus solely on their business and that's all they do tend to go a lot faster and further and get to certain levels in their business a lot faster when their only source of income and their sole focus is on their business. And I do realize that. I do see some people that do it the same way, similar to what I do, and they are getting to a certain level. But they might have a significant other where they have someone else that can help with certain things.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't really have an answer for you. Like,
it's just something you going back and forth with.
Yeah, it's just something I'm going back and forth.
I think eventually, once as time goes by later down the road, you'll probably have an answer. You know, because sometimes you probably don't have an answer now until
honestly, I feel like it's not necessarily this will be my only business. I see me having other businesses.
On top of this
Because
one?
I told, yes, because I'm
Okay.
telling you, I believe in having more
Okay,
than one
okay.
source of income. I
Okay.
truly believe of
I
having
like that idea. And I agree with you. I agree with you on that because you have to have, you have to, because in the way the economy is now, you can't just solely work on off of one job.
Yeah, or working
Or
for
just,
someone.
or
working for,
because working for working for someone, I do see the value in having your own business, because the fact that you can make as much as you want or as little as you want. You don't have to have nobody over your shoulders. This is all about how much effort you put into it. You put the amount of how much you think you're worth based off the effort you put into your business. Now, if you work for somebody else, they telling you how much you are worth.
Yes.
They telling you how much this is how much we gonna give you, and then your little 3% or whatever, or 0.3% you get every year, or if you get that every year, So it's kind of like, I think you can make more money working for yourself, though. I don't know, and I think a lot of people are just afraid to.
I'm
step
afraid.
into something
Oh yeah, I have moments where I'm like,
am I doing this right? Is that what you said? Am I doing this right? Oh, no.
But hey, this is an old saying that people use, scared money don't make money.
That's a good saying. Come on now, preach, girl.
Scared money, you ain't, put it this way, if you can sit there, and this is how I look, because I just recently just bought some inventory for some things that I want to sell, that I need materials to be able to do what I need to do. And I spent a little more than what I wanted to spend. And this is how I look at it. I'm going to spend the money. I can spend it on getting my hair done. I can spend it on buying something I really don't need. I can spend it on
nobody's so.
Yeah, all these things that I can do that I really don't need. And don't, then why not invest in myself?
Come on.
Yeah, why not?
We right here. Look at us. That's why we twin sisters. Hey.
Okay, yeah, color purple.
Yeah, okay, y'all know what we talking about. Don't act like y'all brand new. Okay, so anyway, but yeah, so real quick, one last question. Okay, because I know we've been on here for a minute. How did you balance your life with your kid and your business? Was that difficult? Okay, just making sure, because we got single mothers out there that probably want to know.
Listen, and I'm sure there'll be another girlfriend talk, because there was some, to listen. Do not compare yourself to other people. People that have a smile on their face and look like they got it all together, they're lying.
True. But go ahead.
First of all, I think what gets me through it, and what I have to constantly get back focused, is you have to treat your life, your business, all of that, you have to treat it like a business. Because think about it. When you're a wife or a woman and you're managing your household, it's like a business. You're the CEO. You're the CEO.
I say that all the time. Now you running the show. You gotta, as a woman, figure out
you
what
have
kind
to
of
dictate, you gotta delegate, you gotta schedule, you gotta plan, you have to treat it like a business.
Right.
And there were some things where I did fall short. I did, with my son, the little moments, like take time for the little moments and cherish the little moments. Like we would have this thing that we would go to the movie, like that was our time. Or we would rent movies and we sit up and watch movies. And my son's into chick flicks. He probably don't really want me to mention that, but that was something that we did.
That's okay though.
That was something that we did together. And then once I got older, realizing hey, when we sit down and eat dinner, don't have your cell phone. Don't have no
Well,
TV.
that's a good one. I think I lacked on that a lot with my son.
So, you know, and don't just give yourself grace. You're not going to be able, like, for example, I knew that I was going to have this thing that I had to do today. There was other things that I had to do. You know, I might write a list. Some, you know, some days I do, some days I don't, whatever, have a list, whether it's written down or in my head. Okay, I know how there's 24 hours in the day. Okay, 12 of those hours you're actually awake. Maybe 14 of those hours you are awake.
Right.
Once you have that list, if you don't get something done by a certain amount of time, prioritize, okay, it's not getting done. Take it off the list. Go on to the next thing. Okay, I got this done. This is where I'm of the time. I'm not going to be able to get it done. Take it off the list. Put it on the list for tomorrow.
Okay.
Don't get all bent out of shape and put so much stress on yourself if you don't if you don't get everything done. And be honest. I don't like using the word try. Because try means you're going to try not to do it.
Yeah.
I give you a yes or a no. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow because I got this. Or I'll say, if I don't get it, I didn't use the word try. If I don't get it done today, I will do it tomorrow.
So you saying don't stress yourself out, overextend yourself?
Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Don't do that. Do not, even for my business. There be times where I get so, I communicate, especially with my business. I communicate with my customers like, hey, like I could possibly.
Yes, because that's important when you, especially if you run a household by yourself and you know, like you said, run everything like a business. Communication is important in every aspect of your life, in every life that you have with, you know, as every part that you play in your life, you need to have communication. So that's
definitely. Communication is because a lot of times if you don't communicate with people, they won't know. And once you communicate with them, they will be understanding and they will give you that grace. When people feel like you done blindsided them and you ain't gave them no notice and they can't prepare for it, then that's when folks be like,
and you'd be like, so they looking at you like you unprofessional, ain't handling your business. You need to be telling them ahead of time so they ain't expecting. So I agree with that because you got to be professional in your business. But
always apologetic. Always, even if you're not wrong.
Right. Customers are always right. But anyway, Carolyn, this has been so nice. Let's tell us a few about your pieces behind you, because I like.
Okay. Well,
real quick before we get off of here.
Okay. No. This used to be an old dingy, old raggedy maxi dress, but as you can see, it's not that no more. I
like the color. I like it. I like the tie-dye.
It's tie-dye and bleached. Then I have little pictures of pineapples, because if I was a pineapple, that's what I would be. So a lot of my pieces, you'll see pineapples because you have a piece of me, my pineapple.
Okay, now that I know that, I'm gonna have to start looking for the pineapples.
This is another piece that I recently did that I have a feeling that I'll be making a lot of these pieces.
Yeah, because that's the jacket that I want.
Yes.
And I've been saying that.
This used to be my dad's. This used to be my dad's army jacket. As you can see, it's a crop jacket. And then I've added, I'm sorry. Let's make this easier. As you can see, I added the little lipstick.
Oh yeah, with the lips.
Yeah, it's got the lips.
Oh yeah. I like that's the jacket I said I wanted because I have a bunch of them in series
to make. And then another one of our statement pieces, Black Lives Matter. We actually made a lot of these shirts. We had earrings, we had masks. And
those
then
earrings I wore before, yes, that I had in the videos.
These are my favorite shorts. These used to be mom jeans. And as you can see, they're like de-stressed and they got diamonds on them, and they're just really some fun jeans, you know. Boots
make you look different, or some fishnet stockings.
And that is how I've worn them. If you go to my website, that's exactly these are my personal shorts. I've made these for a few people, but yes, these are my rock star shorts.
Yeah, because you do a lot of rock. Was it punk rock?
Yeah, hip hop.
Yeah,
I don't discriminate.
She do a lot of different styles for people. So
yes,
you guys need to check her website out.
Yes, you definitely have to check out.
Because she makes some awesome stuff. Oh, show the back of that dress, because that's the dress, the tie-dye dress. Show the back of that tie-dye dress, because I like that one too.
Yeah, you know, you're sophisticated in the front, but got a party going on in the back.
And then you could rock that. You could dress that up or down. I will wear it with, if I had that dress, I will wear it with some all black chucks, or even some boots, you know. And even if you want to wear those heels, you know, like boot heels, that would be cute with that as well. But yeah,
see how her back is out.
I think it's really pretty. And then the other outfit back there,
that's a bathing suit top.
Yeah,
I've worn
like
it
a cover.
Yes, like a bathing suit cover. I've worn it as a dress with some shorts. These are one of my pieces that a lot of people.
Now that's something I would wear too.
We know you little hot girl.
I would wear that on the beach if I had to go to like some kind of you know.
Girl, I've worn that to the club. So.
Oh yeah, that do look like a club outfit.
With some shorts, nice. Anyway, but yeah.
Girl, I know you was fine.
Girl, I got to represent Tenacious. You know,
you did good. I bet you did. I seen it too. I know that picture.
Oh yeah. No, it's all on my business page. It's all on my business.
Y'all need to go check her business page out. We'll have it in the description, so you could be able to just click into it and go to her page. But Carolyn, I greatly appreciate you coming. To Griffins, the best friend hour.
Best friend.
I know. Oh, I got it. And then so deep. I don't know that rap song, but that's my best friend. Yeah. So, and you two, thank you for taking the time to watch us from beginning to end. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll probably be back whenever she's ready and she ain't busy, because you know she got a busy life with the jobs that she has.
Yes, because this is my season right now. This is when I make most of my money, is in the summer.
Because everybody trying to be a hot girl.
And me too. I'm trying to be hot.
Listen, I ain't gonna tell you. But anyway,
I love you.
I love you too. I see you, best friend.
See you guys soon. Invite me again.